Oofed. It's a cold one today. A bit tired. Right, strength training today. I thought it's obviously affecting building muscle. All this metaphysics great for cardio, muscle strength, endurance, but building hypertrophy. So obviously there's like a set amount that I'm trying to do right morning when it comes to, if I do like bench press heavy as many as I can in the allotted time it gives you, I'm not going to get like the biggest benefit. I'm more a PB with MetaFit and stuff. The reason why I was doing a lot of those is for fitness and health. I love feeling fit, but also it motivates people seeing other people out of breath. So today's workout's a little bit different. Strength training. I need a variety of weights out. Upper body mix. As usual, I've got a snotty nose in the morning. So I've got the 8s, the 10s, the 4s for skull crushers. Get the 14s out. I think I'll get the 17s out as well once I've warmed up. Oh, right. So there'll be lots of me talking. Let's put a poll up. Start a poll. Whoops. Yep. Actually, it should start. Ask a Q&A. Okay. Does cortisol make your body cling to fat? Answer below. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. Let's start again. Morning, guys. How are we doing? Strength training today. I'm just trying to put up a Q&A. Does cortisol make your body store fat? Something's wrong with the Q&A. That's really annoying. But anyway, we'll put a poll up. I'm good. How are you, Sagar? I'm gonna get warmed up shortly. Does cortisol make your body fat? Cortisol's a stress hormone. I'll put that stress. Does cortisol make your body fat? Right, I've got a poll up. Good morning, guys. Strength training today. Right, let's get started. Let's get warmed up. Okay. So first 3 exercises, we've got bench press. We're going to warm up through the bench press, skull crushers, and tricep push back. For warm up for the bench, let's use the 8. Let's start with Fitbit. The reason why I'm not shouting or anything, not like I normally do. My 6-year-old's still in bed. She's a great sleeper. I've put some yoga relaxation music on in the background. I'll turn my AI on so shortly. So instead of speeding through reps like I normally do with my MetaFit, my HIIT training, I'm going to take my time. It's going to be about my muscle connection, which this year I've definitely got out of the habit of. Stay midline of the chest, going for the depth, elbows out to the side. Make sure when you're coming up, you stay midline of the chest as well. A lot of people go too high. Then we're going for skull crushers, warm up. Back flat, cores engaged. Let's get about 10 of these. So warm up / into an easy set. Hey guys, welcome to my live. I'm an exercise and fitness trainer, answering any questions that you may have. Deep breaths. Elbows stay tucked in. Make sure they don't come out, or it's not isolating as much. Tricep kick back. So elbow stays fixed, and we just extend. Right, it's not a bicep curl. A lot of people are coming up like this. Right, this is your starting point, and just almost straighten your arm. Shoulders down away from ears, cores engaged. Harder than they look then. You can't generally go too heavy. Matching reps. 6. Rest. I'm going to do that again. Let's turn my AI on. I'm in Scotland. Good morning, guys. Oops, my AI was on. Let's vote on the poll, guys. Do we think if cortisol stress hormone makes your body cling to fat? There's a lot of misinformation about cortisol being bad. How it's done. Good morning. So I'm a health and fitness trainer with 12 years experience. I'm answering questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. I specialise in female fat loss and rehab after babies. But if anyone's watching that've got back pain, shoulder pain, not sure how to exercise it, drop a comment, we'll get into it. Make sure you hydrate before you caffeinate. So we're just resting in between sets. This is going to kill me because I'm so used to doing HIIT training in the morning and I'm doing strength training. So there's more rest, there's more time taken within the session to contract the muscles rather than just blasting as many reps as you can in the time frame. I'm going to go again. So that was a warm-up set. Let's get the 14s out. How are we doing? Love a like and subscribe if you're wanting motivation and education on all things health and fitness. I'm going to go a lot heavier with the skull crushers. I love working the triceps. Triceps give you that nice toned look in the arms. Marco, morning. Eating a calorie deficit and lose weight is really that simple. Yeah. All this stress hormone crap is misinformation. Your body can't store energy that isn't there. However, Marco, if it was as simple as move more, eat less, we wouldn't have an epidemic of obesity. So food industry uses our brain chemistry against us and make it an obesogenic environment, make food something that you can easily overeat on. So you do need a bit of tracking until you get into a routine with it. There's like mindset behind it because of how we've been brought up to think that certain things are bad for you. So yeah, it's not, and some people do feel more hungry than others and have more food noise than others. So it sounds easy, move more, your nose is changing. So yeah, some people, it is more difficult than, it's as simple, the science is move more, eat less to lose fat. But if you do it too much, you're going to be in too much of a calorie deficit. It's hard as anything to stick to. It requires a lot of sacrifice, which makes you fall on or off the wagon. And then you can feel a failure. You can feel like there's something wrong with you. Stopping and starting, it's that mindset of all or nothing. There's loads we can talk about. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. So it is quite ignorant for somebody to comment and say losing fat is easy, move more, eat less, be in a calorie deficit. There's a lot more going on psychologically. That's why I like working with women. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Training this morning, strength training. Let's go. 14 kilograms. Any trolls, it'll just simply get blocked. Did I start my Fitbit? Yeah. Okay. So back flat, core engaged, rib cage stays tucked in as I breathe. Stay midline of the chest, getting my full depth. Taking my time, using my lats. I think that was 3. Shoulders down away from ears. 4. Elbows and wrists over elbows. Elbows out and wrists over elbows. Oh, they feel heavy this morning. I was going to go up to the 17.5s as well. Oh, can you guys see? Good morning. Skull crushers. This is a tricep. Oh, they feel heavy. 2. Just be patient with the weaker arm. Oh. And then I'm going to take the lighter weight. Where did I put it? For tricep kickback. Good morning. Don't forget to vote on my poll. There's a lot of misinformation about cortisol being bad. People selling this stuff. It's not true. Need cortisol for exercise to get up in the morning. Rest. That's round 2 done. Tyler, hey there, it's great to see you here today. I'm good, how are you? Good morning, guys. Votes in 14 votes on the poll so far. 50-50, well, I thought it'd be higher than that for yes. It was the other day. Why do we, those that have voted yes and voted no, why do we think cortisol makes your body cling to fat, or why do you think it doesn't? There's a lot of misinformation on the internet. But if you're taking that in and if you're thinking that, yeah, cortisol makes you gain fat, then you're kind of believing that it's not a calorie deficit, aren't you? And that you're not trusting the process, and you're kind of stuck in a loop. Good morning. I'm an exercise and fitness coach, answering any questions on the subjects. I specialise in nutrition, back pain rehab, postnatal rehab, pelvic floor. So if you've got any questions, answer below, ask below. I'd love a like and subscribe. So we're strength training this morning. Warmed up now. Oh, it's done. Right, yeah, we'll do the exact same set. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Don't forget to vote on my poll. 53% say no. So the only way stress hormones, cortisol, you could say adrenaline, but anyway, talking about cortisol, could make your body cling to fat. It can, but it can make your body gain weight is because of how you deal with stress. So if every time you get stressed you overeat, you move less, like what are your habits when you're dealing with high stress? Because it's normal stress. High levels, chronic high levels are obviously a problem, but if it's managed, then it's not an issue. But yeah, that's the only way that cortisol, stress hormone, can have you gain weight, is through your habits, how you deal with stress. There's no magic at play. Your body can't store energy, fat, excess energy, fat, if it's not there, if you're not eating it. I'll answer that comment in a second. Midline of the chest, elbows out, wrists over elbows. Just going to look at them and make sure that's the case, because I think that is. But cores engaged, back flat. Getting the full depth, taking my time. This is the final set. Studies show it's the first 1 to 2 sets of an exercise that brings the most stimulus for building muscle and protein synthesis. Skull crushers next. Nathaniel, firefighter here, struggle with high cortisol. I'm not surprised from work schedule and lack of sleep. Many options for me. They just throw education at us, which I understand, but not many solutions. Okay. So what are you struggling with? Are you gaining weight? Struggle with high cortisol. In what ways are you struggling with high cortisol? Is it causing anxiety? Is it depression? Yeah, I mean, that's a proper job that's bringing high cortisol, right? Extremely rewarding. Do you exercise, Nathaniel? Because that manages cortisol. And what I mean by that, this guy said to me in a job interview once when the manager said, "How do you manage stress?" She was an absolute bitch, this woman, but little did I know that she was. I says, "I exercise." And she says, "What do you mean? Like, you can't exactly go for a jog every time you get stressed?" I says, "No, it brings the baseline of stress effect down. Stress affects you a lot less when you exercise consistently. So things will just get to you less. It's not to say you won't feel stress, but it's an outlet. And we can pick up a lot of bad habits in life to manage stress. Eating, alcohol, distraction, instead of feeling our feelings and what you've maybe just seen or done in the day. Morning, guys. Cycle never ends without sleep. What cycle are you talking about? Sounds like you need a break if you feel like you're stuck in a cycle. Good morning, guys. Don't forget to vote on my poll. Does cortisol stress make you cling to fat? So cortisol, stress hormone, isn't a bad thing. You need it to get up in the morning. You need it to give a shit about your life. You need it to exercise. There's a lot of misinformation. Yeah, Nathaniel. So like I said, stress isn't a bad thing if you're managing it, but if it's keeping you awake at night, you're managing to sleep. A lot of people are stuck in like, especially through like high stressful jobs like yours, a lot of people are stuck in the stress responses, like the central nervous system switched on, and they can't switch out of fight flight, and they don't even realize it. Symptoms of this is like elevated heart rate, feelings of overwhelmed, overstimulated, snappiness, not eating too much, trying to numb feelings all the time. Other symptoms of high stress: you're going around a million miles an hour, shallow breathing, not sleeping, you either can't get to sleep, or when you do, you wake up at random o'clock, not being able to go back to sleep. Morning, guys. I'd love a like and subscribe. Talking about stress this morning. I'm a health and fitness coach. Also, you said that you're without sleep. Yeah, but cycle never ends with raised cortisol when you don't sleep. So if you've got a highly stressful job and you're not sleeping, I want to say that you're stuck in fight flight nervous system. So I highly recommend, instead of doing other things that stress your nervous system out, like strength training and HIIT training, cardio, opt for yoga and breath work. Breath work's extremely powerful. I'm sure you've been told that, and it's a lot harder to implement. You know, if you are stressed and you're like, it's still got these connotations around breath work, doesn't it? Good morning. 32 votes. Does stress make your body cling to fat? So 56% so far have said yes. Remember, guys, calorie deficit over a prolonged period will bring you the biggest, speaking English, Marcel, will bring you the biggest fat loss. Doesn't matter how much stress you have. Think about those in Africa who aren't eating. Studies show those are the most stressed, have the highest cortisol in their body, but they're starving to death. Someone said to me once when she was looking for me to PT her, I'm just one of these people who can't lose weight. My body just stores fat, and this is my body type. So I'm not looking to lose fat. I'm looking to build muscle. I'm thinking, you've just like poo-pooed law of thermodynamics and like calorie deficit, being in a calorie deficit, moving more, eating less is the only way to lose fat. But some people are so like rigid in what they're thinking. Right, new set. Let's see. So we have incline flies. So incline flies are excellent for rounded shoulders. Okay, so we're gonna do that. For some reason, I like to face this way. So for posture, incline flies, I've got the 8s here, so I'll be doing that for the first set anyway. Then push-ups. Can you guys see my mat? Not really. Move this back a bit. Push-ups. And then we've got incline skull crushers for our set. That makes a lot of sense. Good. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. I'm a health and fitness trainer answering your questions. We're talking about stress today, but if anyone's got any struggles with back pain, rehab, and one of my loves is managing stress and talking about stress. The parasympathetic nervous system is fascinating, and a lot of people with stressful jobs, stressful lives. Stress isn't bad, but chronically elevated levels of stress is bad for your health, for switching off at night, for enjoying your quality of life. You're only here once, right? What was I doing? Flies. We can get stuck. We can get dysfunction of the nervous system where we can't switch out of fight flight. You know, your fight flight responses that are needed during a row, and it can play havoc with how we're feeling, because you can get triggered and stuff during the day subconsciously. Like your brain might not be aware that you're stressed out, but your nervous system dysregulated. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good topic. Right, so we're going elevated so we can get into the pec minor, which rounds shoulders. Cores engaged. I'm just trying to stay midline of the chest. Being conscious of my shoulder blades coming towards the spine. This is a hard one. You can't generally go too heavy with incline flies. Shoulders down away from ears. One more. Then we're going into push-ups. Good morning. Morning, Hopper. How are we doing? Don't forget to vote on my polls, guys. Let's get some plyometric push-ups. Oops, don't kick my plan. Cores engaged. Chest to floor. 3, 4. I want 10. 5, 6, 7. Resting after this. 8, 9, 10. Plyometric push-ups are an excellent way to build upper body strength and push-up strength fast. Rest. And then we'll go again. We'll get you out of breath. Good morning, guys. My name's Leanne. I'm a health and fitness trainer. Specialise in rehab, back pain, female fat loss. If you've got any questions, what would I need coached in, Nathaniel? I don't have any fire hazards other than my children. So normally I'm doing HIIT training and like metabolic conditioning, using work rest timings like that are coming from MetaFit format. You know, the HIIT training company. But I want to build more muscle for Christmas. Good morning. Right, let's check the poll. Oh, starting to shake. Does cortisol stress make you cling to fat? No, the answer is those that have voted. So it's 60-40. That shows you how much misinformation is on the internet. Now, let's see what people struggle with the most when it comes to. Thanks for voting. Start a poll. When losing fat, what is your biggest struggle? Exercise, diet, mindset, habits. Start. Let's see what people are struggling with. Don't forget to vote on the poll, guys. Do you feel like you have scapular dysfunction? Yeah. Well, I won't say it's a dysfunction. It's not something like. It's just because of the pregnancies that I've gone through. I have got rounded shoulders that I'm correcting with movements like elevated flies. I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher as well. Can I do the splits? No, unfortunately. I have done a little bit of training. When losing fat, my poll, guys, don't forget to vote on it. When losing fat, what's your biggest struggle? Exercise. So that's a bit of a red herring. You're not going to be losing fat during exercise. The more fitter and stronger you get, the more efficient your body gets, the less calories you burn. So these Fitbits that are telling you you've burned 500 calories in 40 minutes, it's just motivational. A lot of people won't leave the gym until they've burnt 500 calories. No one's put mindset yet, which is interesting. So mindset is is a prerequisite actually to long-term fat loss, behavioural change. So without the correct mindset, you're never going to get anywhere. It's the trial and error process. It's all or nothing mentality. It's perfectionism. A lot of people are in, I can't do my full hour, so what's the point? That kind of mentality. Maybe people weren't sure what I meant by that. Right. What did you notice, Nathaniel, anyway, when you said you think that I might have scapular dysfunction? Be interested to hear what you saw on the live. Probably my shoulders being too close to my ears. I've got good movement in my shoulders. I can do pull-ups as well, which you'll see, but that doesn't mean that I don't have weaknesses. But I know there's not many women that can do pull-ups. So I'm coming all the way down for a stretch. My elbow is in a line with my wrist. When starting out, I'm enjoying that stretch, not gonna lie. When starting out, it's common for your elbows to come further down than your wrist and your shoulder, which we don't want. Whoops, I forgot to put in elevated. Damn it. Elevated skull crushers to finish that set. Yeah, your elbow acts as a shock absorber for your shoulder, so it needs to be in a line, keeping the tension in the tricep muscle. So the reason why we're doing elevated skull crushers is it brings bigger range of movement to some of the muscles in the tricep, and it has your shoulder girdle work harder. Push-ups, we need 10. Good morning. Speaking English, my shoulder hurts when I do dumbbell flies. Just make sure when you're doing dumbbell flies, damn it AI, I see this a lot. Hang on. Right, so pretend I'm coming down for flies. Your elbow, we were just talking about this, should be in a line with your shoulder. It's really common when starting out, people's wrists are like that. They're doing flies. I mean, your wrist needs to be fixed first of all, and don't let your elbows sag. Make sure it's all in a line throughout the whole thing. So if you're over a certain age, you're not going to know how that looks. So either video yourself or watch yourself do it. That's quite common. Posture's what I notice hanging from a bar. Tea openers around the world. Yeah, assisted pelican curls. I've not seen them. Thank you. I'll screenshot that and we'll have a look at that. Always open to try new things. Because you'll know what it's like. You get into a routine of your favourite exercises and then you add the odd ones in, don't you, that you want to try, or which I do a lot with legs. Scapular push-ups. Yeah, not a fan of them. Don't believe it. They do loads. Pull-up with bands. So I've got an issue with pull-ups. I've got overactive trap. I mean, look at the size of that. Look how dominant that is. So I need to regress my pull-ups to use my lats more because I've kind of got baby lats. No problem, Darky. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Don't forget to vote on the poll. It's push-ups. Procrastinating because I fucking don't like them. Right, let's see if we can get 3 plyo. Cause engaged. But yeah, it's thanks to breastfeeding and pregnancy. So I'm 2 years postnatal to my last. And I'm still working on my rehab. And then when you fix something else is highlighted. See, I notice my rounded shoulders, but I feel like nobody else does. Like people will say, you've got good posture and stuff. I'm like, really don't. So it's good that you've noticed that. One of the few. So when I'm down here, I feel a stretch in my lats and triceps, which is good. Which also helps with rounded muscles, because you can get rounded shoulders. You can get rounded shoulders from tight lats as well. So if you've got a desk job, I've got some great exercises for stretching the anterior body. I'll go into. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. So that's round 2 of that set of exercises. I'm going to do one more set. Studies show it's the first 1 to 2 sets of an exercise set that brings the muscles the biggest stimulus for building muscle gains. So always make sure it's of good quality, your reps. Make every rep count. And at the end of the day, muscle stimulus is muscle stimulus. So what I mean by this is you could be bicep curling 10 reps with 5 kilograms versus 10 kilograms for 5 reps. Stimulus is still stimulus. So it doesn't really matter what weights you lift, as long as you're not going over 15, 20 reps, because then it's too light, isn't it? It needs to be challenging. It's like blunt shock trauma, what we're doing to the body. Good morning, guys. I'm a health and fitness professional. Answering any questions. I specialise in rehab, fat loss, female fat loss, lifestyle change. So I've put on a poll, when losing fat, what's your biggest struggle? I've got 2 children of my own as well, so if there's any questions about pelvic floor, posture, I specialise in all these things. When losing fat, what's your biggest struggle? 40% have said exercise. Guys, exercise, fat loss doesn't come from exercise, so just stop thinking of it like that. Exercise increases your quality of life. Bone density reduces every risk of disease, and I'm talking about resistance training. Cardio certainly has its place because that's for your health markers, and you need energy for life, to have a good quality of life, running around with the kids, with friends. But exercise has hundreds of benefits, but fat loss isn't where you're going to get most of it from. If you're brand new, if you've never exercised before and then you're starting to exercise, you will lose a little bit of fat because it's all brand new and you're increasing calorie expenditure. But fat loss, it doesn't come from exercise. So 40% of people said that they struggle with exercise consistency. So break down the barrier. Don't forget to train rotator cuffs. I just saw that your name was Del. Yeah, rotator cuff work's really important. Isometric back pulls. I do reverse flies with pulses, love them. The back contraction can help shoulders. But of course, Nathaniel, you'll agree with this, I'm sure. You could do all the work in the gym and get super strong in the back, and you can have all the flexibility of the best yoga teacher in the world. Which is hard to do, be strong and flexible, but anyway. But if you're standing like that and driving like that and not correcting yourself throughout the day, it's all pointless. And stop doing chest until back gets stronger. So I've got a strong back. Morning guys, welcome to my live. And I did fall out with chest for quite a while. I don't normally do a full chest workout, and although this is heavy on the chest, well, triceps as well, I've included pull-ups and shoulders. Normally I do full body. Mindset, I'm glad that that's getting more on the poll now. So mindset is everything when it comes. Like, I'll never say to somebody, you're doing this unless it's dangerous. If you're doing these squats wrong, you really need to bring your bum further down, or you need to go full range of movement, or Zumba's pointless. Imagine telling that to someone who's just getting into health and fitness. It's also not true. But a lot of people put a lot of weight on motivation, when it's your routine and your habits that are going to outlast motivation. Motivation's rarely there when you're consistent with exercise. Good morning, guys. What are we doing on this fine Sunday morning? Are we training today? I've got yeah, anyway, right, let's go again. Final round for this. So there's a law of diminishing returns when it comes to exercise. Think of it like squeezing a lemon. The first squeeze, you get the most juice out, the biggest stimulus for building muscle and strength. The second squeeze, you still get benefits, but not as much as the first. And then the third session, or the third squeeze, less and less. So these people that are exercising 5, 6, 7 times a week for strength training, I won't say it's totally pointless, but you're increasing your risk of injury, and you're getting minimal benefit from it. Also, if you're trying to lose fat, why are you in a gym? You should be going for a walk. You should be food prepping. Oh, really enjoying that. So pausing at the bottom for a stretch in the pecs and the shoulders. Push-ups. Push-ups. How's done. Just not working for me. How old are you? 35. Charles, what's not working for you? Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Thanks for the support, Marcel. So, Nathaniel, what is it that you do in the firefighter? You said that you coach as well. Interested to hear what kind of coach they need in the firefighters. Six, 7. Last set of these. 8, 10. Morning, guys. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. I'm a health and fitness coach, 12 years experience, Pilates and yoga teacher as well. I used to train the recruits and have continued fitness during the career. So I just want to know, just remember, there's a lot of classes. Hi Legend, good morning, how are you doing? Is it bedtime for you? There's a lot of classes, like HIIT training, strength training. It all ramps up the nervous system. We need to bring more yoga and Pilates and breathwork, pranayama into our fitness regime, because a lot of these exercises are firing up the central nervous system, your fight-flight response as well, in turn, not on purpose. And we can get dysfunction in our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. And as you'll probably guess from the name, It plays havoc with our digestive system. You need to get to know your own stress responses. You could be sat first thing in the morning or last thing at night having a cup of tea. It's your time to wind down before bed. But then your heart starts beating fast because something's triggered your nervous system that you're unaware of. Could be a smell or anything. Then you start to shallow breathe, and then you'll probably hear that people can go into panic attacks really randomly, which is quite scary because you're losing that relationship with yourself, knowing that you're going to be okay. So if you struggle with anxiety and panic attacks, and your nervous system's all out of whack, and you can't relax and switch into your parasympathetic nervous system, then it can get harder to do this. You really need to practice vagal nerve stimulation. It's one of the vagus nerve is the biggest nerve in the body. It sits behind the vocal cord, so humming. This is why yoga is really effective in pranayama for coming out of stress response. This is for you, Nathaniel, stress responses because I'm guessing, Nathaniel, you'll know a shit ton about exercise and getting fit, fast, etc., right? But not so much about like the vagus nerve and parasympathetic nervous system, just because of what you said about stress recently. So bringing that daily practice, even just like a minute of breath work. So yeah, slower exhale that you do is a first switch. It's almost like a switch. It's first signal and sign for your body to be like, we calm, because that's the opposite what you're going to do from running from a bear, right? So deep breath in, make sure it comes from belly rises. So inhale, you push your belly out, chest rises, fill in the lungs completely and hold at the top for a count of 3. Slow exhale, chest falls, ribs come together, belly flattens and empties or engages. The slower you exhale relaxes the nervous system. And just practicing 3, 10, depends how much time you've got. But then on the exhale, if you're bringing a hum, you're stimulating the vagus nerve as well. You're vibrating your vocal cords off it, which can bring a sense of calm and being content. We'll just catch up on comments. I spent the last year focused on flexibility. Well done, you. That's another way to switch out of the stress response into the parasympathetic, and you rest and digest and help you sleep. Good quality sleep I'm talking about, where you actually feel rested when you wake up from stretching, and you're releasing that tension from tight muscles. If you're stressed, you tend to hunch up, like when the kids are around me screaming. That's one of the reasons why my shoulders are starting to round, so I have tight traps. Massages as well are a good thing, but stretching the neck, bringing in nerve flossing, getting into the trapezius and levator scapula. Spent the last year focused on flexibility and mobility, overcame many plateaus in all my lists. Excellent. Good morning, guys. Breathe through your nose, breathe slow. Yeah, the slower the exhale, the more calming it is for your nervous system. Pro tip about vagus nerve is why people pass out. Right. Morning, guys. I hurt my L3, L4, L5 discs and I'm on the struggle bus trying to find the balance of fitness and not feeling the pain from the injury. I'm sorry to hear that. Joey, have you tried Pilates? How did you hurt it as well? It wasn't a car accident, was it? Zodiac, you creepy fuck. Good morning. Welcome to my live, guys. Right, so next set we have pull-ups and forearm taps. Superset. So pull-ups, we'll start with underhand grip and then we'll go into forearm taps. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. There's a lot of creepy folk on today. My name's Leanne. I'd love a like and subscribe, building my channel. So yeah, lower back pain's really common. I recommend, does it hurt, Joey? How old are you? How did you hurt it? Does it hurt when you are straight out of bed, last thing at night? What kind of job do you have? You don't have to live in pain, is what I'm saying though. There is things that you can do to help manage it, and I know many people who've got damage and ruptured discs, etc., disc herniation, and are living pain free. And studies have shown as well that a lot of us apparently got these issues, but have no symptoms. Right, pull up. So you want to see, Nathaniel, how tight my upper trap is here? Never trust this pull-up bar. But anyway. Then I'm going to go into forearm taps. Forearm taps. AI's lost me. Forearm taps are a Pilates exercise. They don't look like much, but they isolate the tricep muscles. You want your head between your hands, elbows behind you, as fast as you can, keeping the weight in your triceps, the back of the arms. You can see I've only got a little bit of weight on my arm. It's a Pilates move. It looks a bit weird, but I don't care. It's a nice stretch in the upper back too. But then again, I've got all them weights behind me and I'm not using them. Never mind, I can do it. Thanks, Hopper. If you want to get good at pull-ups, just do them more regularly. If I could go back and give you advice on doing pull-ups, I did relearn them 3 times. Doing the resistance band, take your time and work on lat engagement, because my traps are a dominant muscle group. Chest up before pull-ups aren't engaging scaps. You've got to start from ground zero. Yeah, I've done the same with my core after babies. Like, rehab's boring, right? And not that is what you've just said, but plus little did I know as well many years ago, and I've just built these pathways. But anyway, TVA work is quite boring, but necessary after rehab, and if you skip it, you've got to go back as well. The transverse abdominis. And a lot of people get back pain from having an underactive core. I'm 51. I hurt them a while ago. I don't want surgery, as the doctor's recommending a car accident. Joey, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, yoga girl. I would definitely start building that body awareness that you can get from Pilates. I've got loads of classes on my channel for Pilates. Some are live and some are for YouTube. The ones that are live, I've got a playlist called Live Classes. Thanks for likes, guys, and subscribes. I have like spine health, flexibility, lower back pain management. They're titled and what we work on quite a lot. And I give advice and education as I'm teaching, as always. But you might find, for example, when you get out of bed, you need to find your exercises, Joey, that bring you some relief. So coming onto all fours, making sure your palms are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. Cores engaged before you bring your knee away from your body. This might bring a little bit of pain. Can you see? Yeah. This might bring a little bit of pain, but we don't want that. You might be able to get to here and there's no pain. And then you can just hold that isometric. You're bringing warmth to the lower back. It's about building the muscles next to the spine to take pressure off the spine. Whereas the less muscle tone that you'll have in your back and the more tight you are, the more pain you're going to have. So there is things that can be done, and depending on how bad the injury is though, right? But I have worked with people who the surgeon said that they recommend going in and having an operation, and then they've done Pilates consistently and now they're pain free. I'm not saying that would be for you, but you know, it's hope if you didn't want the surgery. Nathaniel, I know. Gotcha. Good morning, guys. So the poll I added, when losing fat, what's your biggest struggle? Exercise still has the highest. That's a misconception. Your weight loss, your fat loss doesn't come from exercise. Mostly comes from Mindset and diet. The best advice I can give you with your diet and your nutrition is get into some sort of routine. You know, Monday morning for breakfast, you have this. It fits your macros, as in your protein, your fruits, your veg, your fibre. Has high volume, low calorie foods included, like melon. Alongside it, you're getting lots of fruit and vegetables. If you struggle with hunger, I'm going to say that you need to increase your volume of low calorie foods, fruit and vegetables. Good morning, Arman. How are we doing? But yeah, you need to be organised, and it's the least that we can do for our bodies, because we don't have to grow our food and kill it anymore, do we? We just have to plop to the supermarket. Some people are plopping, some people are walking. We just have to plop to the supermarket, pick up whatever we want, and then come home and cook it. And we still moan about that and get takeaways, don't we? We've become super lazy as a nation. But if you can do your own meal plan, foods that you enjoy, as you won't stick to it. So if you love a curry, make it yourself. Put loads more protein in it, and don't go all or nothing. Like, don't go, right, today's Sunday, I've never meal prepped before, I'm going to start prepping all my meals. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed. Beans on toast time with a side of fruit. Don't go all or nothing. Do better over time. Pull-ups again. Right, I'm going to be more conscious of what Nathaniel said about chest proud, because that's a good cue. I did overhand grip, didn't I? I was meant to be doing underhand grip, never mind. I find that very hard, chest proud, but it's obviously there's a lot of weight. Oh no, I did go under grip. I thought I was going to get that last one on him. Forearm taps. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. So I'm a health and fitness trainer, Pilates and yoga teacher, 12 years experience. I'm answering your questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. There's a lot of people with back pain, that's why I specialise in it. They say that 80% of us at some point will experience back pain. So that's why, really common. Dynamo likes chicken. I like chicken, but I'm also super duper low in iron. I've never recovered from pregnancies, which is fun. So I'm having to reduce chicken intake. And I made steak pie yesterday, so that's what we're having today. Nathaniel, that tricep exercise, normally it gets slagged off. So that's a Pilates one, isn't it? He says his best tricep work ever. Yeah, I remember just like when I was introduced to it, it was just something in Pilates that I was trying. I took it from another instructor, and I did 3 sets of that, and my triceps the next day were aching. I'm like, so yeah, I do find that. No knees next, that'll be right. You want me to face plant? Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Right, let's put up another poll. 53 votes. What should our next poll be? People seem to struggle with exercise. So, as you can see, thanks for voting. Those that did, 54 votes. When losing fat, what was your biggest struggle? Obviously, some people struggle with more than one, but what's your most? So people have said exercise. What a waste of time if you're trying to lose fat in the grand scheme of things. Try exercising once a week, 30 minutes if you've never exercised, or if you're not consistent at all, it'll break down the barrier. Get consistent with, okay, I exercise every Wednesday, this time, this environment, and then your efforts are best placed elsewhere. Good morning. As in, if you're trying to lose fat, stop obsessing about exercise, go for a walk, manage your food intake. If you keep overeating, find out what's going on. Morning, guys, welcome to my live. Thanks for that, Swati, that detailed comment. Morning. Right. I'm going to do one more set of that, and then we're going to move on to some shoulders. I've got 2 clients this morning that I'm training. One's just back from holiday, so we're ripping the plaster off. It can be hard training when you're just back from holiday. But like I've just described it, it should be like ripping a plaster off. Don't think about it, just get it done, get that first session in. She's thoracic mobility, not just passive stretching, scapular work, and you'll see a big difference. Try wearing a larger fitted wetsuit in the pool and do 10 sets of high knees down and back. It's like both like Sufi. Right, okay. I do like the water, but I'm not much of a pool person. I like heat. Heat therapy as well is another great way to reduce stress. I love heat. I've got a sauna in my room. Good morning. Larger fitted wetsuit is easy to get in and out of. Most random comments this morning. Morning, guys. I'm a health and fitness trainer, Pilates and yoga teacher. Strength training this morning. Normally we're hitting it with some cardio and metabolic conditioning, like CrossFit-y. But thought we'd slow the pace down. It is a Sunday and I am anemic. Right, pull-ups. I'll do. And then 4 arm taps. It is on my schedule to, I did do it this week actually. Did pull-ups on the resistance band, trying to engage my lats, and they weren't aching the next day. So I think I should just start doing that every Thursday when I'm in the gym. That's like my Thursday time to record for my members. Right, moving on. So one of my favourite exercises for shoulders is Arnold press, and I find it really effective if you're coupling pull-ups, overhand grip with Arnold press. Now really good for the rotator cuffs, not so great for rounded shoulders, right? My Arnold press generally comes down here all the way up and round and down. Don't like how this is on the shoulders, so I get people and myself to practice chest proud and from here to here, and the stability. Thanks for commenting on my other content, guys. I appreciate that. The stability from the rhomboids and traps, you can really feel them shaking. I find it really effective. And you're getting into the rotator cuffs a wee bit as well. God's bow. Hard to keep in shape, understood, but thank you. It's a lot harder to keep in shape these days because of the obesogenic environment we're in. And we've got alcohol everywhere. Right, we should put another poll on. What misinformation is there? What was it? What Davina McCall was promoting? Collagen. Let's start. Do you believe collagen supplements work? Let's see what people think. If people know what collagen is, because if somebody's coming onto my channel and they've got no interest in fitness, they're not going to know what collagen is. Morning, guys. Right, so we're going to do shoulder press, heavy shoulder press. Got 14s. Shoulder press into Arnold press, into bicep curls, because opposing muscle groups have been used, and of course biceps have just been used in pull-ups. Love a like and subscribe, guys, if you want health and fitness motivation and education. Just get it from food. Yeah, that's the be all and end all advice. Maybe issues with digesting in a synthetic form. Not sure. I've not heard that. But collagen, people taking collagen supplements, the biggest argument is, right, first it's expensive, so they're making lots of money, so they can promote people like Davina McCall. Let me see what the votes are saying. Do you believe collagen supplements work? 50-50. So just because you eat collagen doesn't mean it gets turned back into collagen is the biggest argument and row over it. It's kind of like when you eat a chicken breast, you don't turn into a chicken. So collagen is going to be really good for the skin. I'm not sure. I'm not a skin expert, right? Cosmetic expert, whatever. So if you apply collagen to your face, I don't know if it makes your face any less wrinkly, right? I don't know that. But when it comes to taking collagen supplement, it doesn't, like, just because you eat collagen, it still gets broken down to amino acids and then gets distributed into the body, like into its processes, a little bit to protein synthesis, and the rest repair in the body constantly. And it's expensive, so you're much better. Studies show if you want collagen benefits, taking protein powder. And that's but there's a lot of drive, isn't there, for collagen supplements. What about breast milk supplement? Everyone is doing. Everybody's doing. Should I be selling my breast milk? It's not natural, is it? I'm breastfeeding my toddler still. I like, it's obviously good for, it's like how we as humans are still consuming cow milk. It's not. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time, haven't we? A lot of us are lactose intolerant, and I don't think that's. I won't recommend that. Again, protein powder, and creatine, and caffeine are the only supplements I recommend. Right, shoulder press, making sure that I'm not rushing through them. 2, 3. God, these are hard. So these are 14 kilograms. I've got a goal by the end of this year to be doing 20. First, I need to order the 20. Got 17.5s behind me that I can do, if I'm lucky, for about 3 reps. I've got a tendency, because of all the HIIT training I do, to speed through reps. It's not good. Bicep curls. All the way up, all the way down. Making sure I'm not swinging. Oh. Not gonna lie, I'm not enjoying that set. Why? Because I probably feel a bit weak. Good morning. Thanks, Frosty. Thanks for the support. Trolls aren't bothering us. Usually I've got a moderator on, but he's in bed at 7:20. Plus, you've only just jumped on and I've never seen you before, but thanks. I don't know if that's true, Josh. It's not breast milk, it's colostrum. I can't see women giving out colostrum for any money. Colostrum's the first breast milk you get for your babies. Quite high fat. It's really nutrient dense. And it has a tiny amount. And then you breast start producing breast milk. So that's not gonna, I mean, unless it's like, I'm talking thousands of pounds. I'll have to check that, if someone can check that. Can't think of the, yeah, colostrum, right. There's 2 people that said it was colostrum. People are giving out colostrum. So weird. It's yellow for a start. It's not even white, like. So that's like, how are they doing that? Because when you're pregnant, you start producing colostrum when you're heavily pregnant. So people are actually bottling that and selling it on. What about the baby? These are the things that I think about. Nothing's better than food. Your best inlet of protein is organic, grass-fed, free-range protein via meat. I agree with that. Also, you shouldn't lock out your arms when you do curls. I wasn't locking out. It probably looked like I did because I'm going full range of movement. You should never lock out joints, guys. You're trying to work the muscles, not the joints. You should keep your elbows bent a little at the. Yeah, I did. It's because I was from the front. I'll show you from the side next time. Not human cholesterol, cow colostrum. That's so sick. It's a supplement now. Cow colostrum, man. I've not seen that. No, that's really disturbed me. Do you think you are sane? Why have you put a little alien face? Let's check the poll. Yes, people are believing that supplements work. There's a lot, collagen supplement. There's a lot of money behind collagen supplements, so it's everywhere. And Davina McCall, lost a lot of respect for her. I never really liked her anyway. Morning, guys. Right, I'll show you from the side this time. So we're going to do that tricep again. So I'm a health and fitness trainer answering your questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. I specialise in, and posture, mindset as well. I'm a mindset coach, which is when you're trying to lose fat a good amount as well. You'll need to change your lifestyle, and you need to not give up. And I help keep my clients on track. I'm in Scotland. I gotta go, but I appreciate you putting in the work. Thanks, Josh. And it's good to see people seeing inspired. That's what I'm here for. You here for your motivation to reduce the spread of misinformation. And if I don't know something, I'll go away and research. All the advice that I give is science based. And like, I didn't know about people are selling colostrum, cow colostrum. It's so weird, man. Am I going to go away and research cow colostrum? Probably not. It's just another crappy fad that people are buying into. They'll always come and go. Sometimes I get comments on my. Actually, I've not for a while, but I'll get comments on my live saying, "Have you heard about this supplement that'll reduce fat? That supplement to build muscle as soon as possible." Most of them don't work, and that can sound a bit ignorant, but I've been in the fitness industry a long time, and there's no escaping consistency, like routine, trial and error, learning moderation with food. There's no magic pill. Even Ozempic and Wegovy, Mounjaro, you still got to put the work in, and it's not going to help people lose fat if you're stress eating. And you've got a crap relationship with food. 2, 3. 5. That was my right arm. That was my right arm. That was failing. Oh. Arnold press. Cause engaged. Oh, shaking. Right, bicep curls. So someone accused me of locking out when I do bicep curls. So I'm going to show you from the front and then from the side. Right, it might look like I'm locking out. There's a slight bend there, see that? Rest. We're getting to some stretches next, some of my favourite stretches. Good morning. Oh, I can short breath, that's cardio. No idea what Matthew is trying to say. Matthew's spelt really weird. Good morning, guys. What do you say to those who have a faster metabolism? I can never say that word, metabolism. It doesn't really matter what they eat. It will eventually, it'll catch up with you eventually. And HSO, great question. Got lots to say about metabolism, but anyway. Those that are eating crap but staying thin, they might look healthy, but what's going on inside, fatty liver, metabolic syndrome, there's thin people being diagnosed now with insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. You don't get away with it forever. And remember, you can have overweight people that are healthier, that they just move a bit less, or they just overeat on good, healthy food, so they gain weight. Them people, and they say if they're exercising, they're really fit, but they're just overweight, can be healthier than the thin people that don't exercise, that smoke and drink, and have low muscle tone. The other thing about being overweight, it's not great for your joints, is it? But the subcutaneous fat, the fat that you see, is actually less harmful than this fat that you don't see, that's around the organs, fatty liver, kidneys, etc. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. I'm exercising this exercise. I've got 2 children, ages 2 and 6. One of them's in bed just now. I can't believe she's not woke up. I'm broadcasting live from Scotland. We've just done a strength training session. So we took our time with our reps, because sometimes we rush through them because we're doing cardio, and which I do absolutely love, but it kind of kills your gains, I'm not gonna lie. So we slowed down all the reps today. There is a place for cardio. If you want to be as healthy as possible, you need to be fit. It's a marker, the best marker for health is how fit you are. And the fitter you are, the more you're going to enjoy life, and quality of life will improve because you'll have more energy. And I say to you that as someone who's very anemic, I've just found out this week, but I feel fit, feel fantastic. But I am on the iron now. I'm on the iron supplement. I didn't really have any symptoms. Right, I'm going to show you the best stretches. Anybody who's watching who's got rounded shoulders from driving, phone use, breastfeeding, and tight hip flexors from being seated all day or driving, tight hamstrings, we'll get into them. Spinal twist is great for stretching all the back muscles out, and I'll show you an awesome chest opener for I've not done any foam rolling for a bit. Chest opener for upper thoracic. Interesting to think about that. Great insight. Thank you. It's good to talk. 45 votes. Do you believe collagen supplements work? Good morning, guys. Right, stretches. This is one of my favourite stretches. So we're nice and warm in the upper, right? I'd love a like and subscribe, guys, if you want motivation and education on all things exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. We talk about it all. There's lots of content on my channel. Let me just check the time. Right. Oh, shit, my daughter's slept in. Hang on. You know what? I'll just do these stretches and then I just had so much fun. Right, block stretch. So you can do this with 2 blocks. I'm just going to turn my AI off so it's not moving around. Can you guys see my mark? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Like and subscribe, guys. So you want this roughly bra height. You can do this just after you're out of bed, last thing at night. Now your body will feed back to you if it's too high or too low. This stretches out your neck, counteracts all the phone use, stretches out your lats, shoulders down away from ears. Good morning, baby. Morning. And you can posterior tilt the pelvis so you're not arching your spine. And you can straighten your legs as well. Just about finished, Harry. overhand, and you can hold a dumbbell to get into the lats more, just to bring that down. Shoulders down away from ears. You can also come out to the side. It's a lovely stretch. You can hold this 3-5 minutes, and you can take deep breaths, making sure you're breathing in to the front body and the back. And the more you breathe properly, you increase your thoracic mobility. Love. Did it grow?
I don't know.
I don't think it did. Right, so that's one of them. Highly recommend. The next one is called Thread the Needle Stretch. Good morning, Jerry. Don't forget to vote on my poll, guys. This is one of my favourites for opening the upper back. I'll do this a few times a day. So thread the needle. It's going to hold that, and I'm leaning backwards. All here is getting stretched and further up. It's not for anybody with neck issues. Tuck your back hand in your pocket and then stop your chest from caving in. You're stretching those paraspinals, your lats, your traps. Oh, feels amazing. Shoulders down away from ears, and breathe. So when you breathe, deep breath will pull you out of the stretch ever so slightly, but then your next exhale, you'll be able to sink further in. Feel it all up here. Good. And you can even do a cat-cow. Do you want to get dressed, baby? Then over to the other side. Gotta go to Nana's soon, so I can work. Nana bananas. Yeah. I don't know if she's taking you swimming today, maybe. I've not asked her. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Just finishing off with some stretches this morning. Really feel that decompression there. Then we're going to stretch off the hip flexors, which are these here. If these are tight, they pull on the pelvis, causing back pain. So right angle in the front leg, then push the hips forward. And you can hold this 2 minutes. I'm not going to hold it that long because I've literally not got time. So I'm just doing a maintenance stretch. Oh, that feels tight there. Feels good though. Hamstring. So small bend in the knee, hips back, belly to thigh first. Push your hips up to the sky. I'm just going to do a lot of jumps, so I'm just going to do some calves. Right, like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. I do go live 6 times a week. I feel like I did getting up too fast then. Loads of content on my channel to help you in your weight loss journey. Thanks for voting. I'll just take a screenshot of that vote. Do collagen supplements work? Answer is no, they're a marketing scam. There you go, saved you a lot of money. Bye guys.